Hey, Queen. I'm Vieira Miles, and this is the Holistic Sister Circle podcast, a show where we hear the stories of soulful women all over the world dedicated to sharing insight into why holistic health is the future and what women should do today to ensure they have the necessary tools and resources to bring out their inner royal roots, assess their body, and remedy any illness from the comfort of their home. Y'all, we are setting the royal record straight, okay? If you'd like to connect with us further, you can follow us at The Holistic Sister Circle on Instagram and join the Holistic Sister Circle Facebook group for live interviews, collaborative Q&A, and exclusive training on how to build your wellness dream team. Now, let's dive into this week's episode. See you on the other side. Welcome to another episode of the Holistic Sister Circle. Today we have Natalia here with us, and she is a bilingual sales coach for mid-season coaches, as well as holistic master healer, NLP practitioner, hypnotherapist, and certified breathwork facilitator. She's also a yoga instructor, as well as well-being and life coach, helping spiritual women monetize their gifts. With more than 2 decades of experience in service-based sales and have worked as a registration manager for coaching courses, filling up rooms of up to 300 people, taking personal growth and development courses for an international known US-based transformation coaching company. We have her live in center today with us for her to share more about her expertise and knowledge. Natalia, we're so excited to have you here today. Welcome.
Yay, I'm so excited to meet you and being with you again, dear. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just feel like around this time, Natalia and I have known each other for I feel like a couple years at this point,
Yeah.
which has been amazing following each other's journeys. Can you
hmm
tell us about what led you into coaching? We know you do a lot of things, but what
hmm
led you into just wanting to focus on coaching and help um, those who are really focusing on, those spiritual women who are looking to monetize their gifts? What led you to that?
Yeah, so my journey of coaching starts in 2001 with fitness coaching. And I did all the different things related with wellness, supporting people of all backgrounds and ages to get stronger, more flexible, all the things. And it was in 2007 that I started with my own journey of personal growth and transformation through this international US based company that does the courses. And inside of that curriculum, I progressed to complete the last of the courses, and they offer me an opportunity to get trained as a coach. So I worked with the company first as a volunteer, then I got hired for the company. I came here to Florida in 2009, and I worked with them for 2 years, and it was one of the best, most rewarding corporate careers that I had here in United States. But after getting married and having my baby, that was really busy schedule, kind of crazy hours, and I decided that after being a mom, I wanted to grow my own business. So it was in 2020 when the pandemic hit that I started working mostly with weight loss. Believe it or not, people were locked up, eating out of anxiety and uncertainty, and I supported women to start their process of weight loss because I had gone through my own personal growth and had lost about 44 pounds. And, one thing led to the other one. I noticed a lot of people coming to my group to check what I was doing and attracted, curious, kind of trying to get inspired, as we call it nowadays, to get ideas on how I was doing my business. And soon after that, I started coaching women in personal growth and development, helping them accomplish their dream. And I realized a lot of the people that I was attracted were heart centered, professional women. Some of them were already coaches. And what I noticed was the thread in common with them is they wanted to make a difference. They wanted to leave a legacy behind. They wanted to be remembered for the impact that they made. And sometimes there was a limited belief, an unhealed part or conditioned part of them that didn't allow them to, number one, be visible, number two, offer their service with confidence. And they fail and struggle with their business, kind of struggling, to move it forward. And so I noticed that there's a lot of things that need to be healed, transformed, a lot of confidence that needs to be built, in addition to the strategy and the know how that as a businesswoman, we have a lot of hats. And so I started noticing that gap in the market, including the lack of trust that comes from After COVID, a lot of people became coaches. The market is saturated. A lot of people doing the same ideas, using ChatGPT and getting the same ideas and copy and pasting, and not finding that unique gift that is, kind of their own thing that they're meant to share with the world. And so I love working with women to help them find that unique gift, that is unique to them, nobody else can share, and help them build their confidence, remove the limiting beliefs so they can become visible, be confident in offering their service, and have success in doing so. So it's been kind of like a journey on itself, but I am here and I'm clear that this is something that is needed in the market.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. What have you noticed has been really a big shift for women, especially, working with you and now being coached from a visibility standpoint and really owning their voice? What kind of shifts have been made with some of your clients, if you would love to just share with us?
Yeah, I tend to attract a lot of women that are really service oriented, heart centered. They want to make that impact, but many times what's common to them is that they stop taking care of themselves. And as I always say, they put the red cape syndrome on and they go on to try to save the world. And I find that many times they go to burnout, they spread themselves thin, and therefore they become very ineffective, becoming overwhelmed and not really able to monetize that which they're making, available so that they can make that exchange work for them. So they can do this part-time or full-time without getting to that burnout mode. A lot of women, and I think it's a kind of like a limited belief in the spiritual community. We think if it's spiritual, it needs to be free, and we're kind of transforming, challenging, growing up, letting go of that belief, I think, as a community as a whole. But, some of the practitioners feel bad charging. They feel like, if I want to make a difference, it needs to be free. So transforming that belief is, I think, that one of the benefits that my clients get, in addition to really prioritizing their own self-care. When the self-care goes at the bottom of the barrel, they start spinning in wheels, spreading thin, burnout around the corner, and getting them out of that overwhelm, lack of confidence, and feeling like almost burnout or on the verge of burnout is another benefit that they get. And the last, person that I've been working with for the last 4 months, she told me that she has struggled to close a deal for 5 years of being in business and being consistent with, signing on clients, promoting herself. And after 5 weeks of working with me, she said that the last 4 weeks she had sold something in her business. So it was a confirmation, number one, that people need that kind of support. Number two, that I'm effective at doing that because I done it for myself. But, as a teacher, you always question yourself, like, am I able to communicate this in a way that creates the result? And so I'm very confident as a coach and somebody who worked in sales for a long time, making the switch from promoting somebody else's project to promoting myself with pride and confidence and being able to accomplish that result is a complete different, phenomena that we need to really get comfortable with. And a lot of people struggle. So I kind of handhold holistic practitioners that struggled or they haven't found their way or think that posting a million times a day will bring about the clients. Nowadays, in the market, saturated as it is with low trust, people need that personal touch. People need that reach out. People need that value ahead of time so they can know that you can provide that result and their investment will bring about that return in the investment. So many times we have to have that relationship develop, kind of have a back and forth with people, provide value, let them know what we can do for them, and have a sense of confidence that we can do that. Like having the proven method being tested, the testimonial that says, hey, you know what, this is what she did for me. And I think those things are key.
Absolutely. You shared so many just valuable nuggets there. And one of the biggest things that I would love for you to talk about briefly is what are some different ways that your client has been able to own her self-care, right? Because, it's one thing to talk about it and say, I'm going to do this in the morning, and it's another thing to actually get it done. What does that look like?
As coaches, I like to say that we're always a step ahead on the process of transformation we're offering for our clients. We tend to attract People that want to learn need to learn what we've been through. Isn't that right? So for me, the personal care, it's always been a struggle. I played sports all my life. I always was needing to lose a few pounds. I always had to be on check by my coaches to improve my performance, to stay on top of that, to not slack, to not get really lazy daisical with the self-care thing. And even as an adult, I tend to wanna go and take care of people, help them out, make the difference. And soon after I focus too much outside of me, I would start falter. I would start feeling drained, exhausted, not really getting that result for myself. So every single time that happens, it's almost like a reminder to come back to alignment of myself. So I had to find my own ways to hold myself accountable. And it is as simple as a declaration to say, I will prioritize my self-care, follow with items that you're going to put like action items. I have it that I need to walk, and I live in a beautiful area where there's a mile walk around my neighborhood at least 3 times a week. I have it that I need to do yoga a couple of times a week, 2 3 times when I feel called. I have it that I need to either meditate or pray daily. I have it that I need to work out at least 3 times a week with weights. Resistance training for me is really important. And, a few years back, when I kept on faltering on my self care, what happened is I became what they called pre-diabetic, and I question diagnosis. Many times the medical industry kind of lies to us and they omit information that can make a difference. And so, it was a big reminder, if I'm not taking care of myself, if I'm not in optimal shape and feeling energized and focused and centered and having that peace of mind, nobody else will get that benefit. We're declaring the space, the one that makes that available for other people. Therefore, to be in integrity and being effective as a coach, that needs to be in place. So I simply put it on my schedule. I get up earlier than everybody in my home when it's quiet and meditate or pray. I go for a walk when I have a little break during the day. I work out 3 times a week. My husband helps me be accountable for that. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it. And, it's just, it's not something that comes with ease and flow and always on point. It's something that I keep on managing, I keep on putting in place, realigning with. And I find that that is one of the biggest struggles that people have, and mostly heart-centered, committed women that are out to make a difference in the world. We tend to falter with that. So it was my own journey that led me to understand what to do, hold myself accountable, transform that area of life for myself. And now I can share the tools, the processes, the resources, and how to really stay on top of that.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. This is such great and valuable information. So I hope everyone is taking notes here as well. Now, if someone, we're transitioning into this and they're like, "Hey, I'm raising my hand. This is me." What are some practical steps that you would give them along their journey just to make sure that they're actually hitting the goals that they set forth? Because again, even it being on your calendar, it still doesn't mean that it gets done, right? So
Correct.
it's like the ones who are putting it on their calendar, but they're still not taking action, or the ones who are saying, I'm going to do this, but they still don't do it. What are some practical things that you could share with them that they could at least try to get them in moving into that rhythm and having that motivation to move forward?
Yeah, to be honest with you, Pierre, is like I've been working with a coach ever since I started my journey in business. And working with a coach, as you know, as I know, many people know, is the best way to be accountable. My CEO schedule includes the self-care. And if I'm not hitting those goals, I know for a fact, and it's been many cycles of proving and confirming and reminding myself, if those things, those staples are not in place, it's like a bike that is missing a few spokes and it starts not rolling right. So for me, it's a matter, as I said at the beginning, a matter of declaration. I declare I will take care of myself. I put in place the things that will remind me, but ultimately it's like either I will do it or I will not. And if I don't, I will start experiencing the other things that make me fail at the things that I need to do because I'm going to be exhausted. I'm going to lack the focus. I'm going to feel edgy. I'm going to feel like lacking the focus. I feel like not present when I don't do those things of self care. So I'll either enjoy the flow of that structure being in place and honored with integrity, or I will, have the side effect or the consequence of not taking care of myself, which makes me go back to the beginning and put that thing in place. So it might happen a couple times. It's like we're human, we're not perfect, we're all trying our best. So it might happen many times we falter and then we bring ourselves back. And then we understand the impact of stepping back, having to put that self care in place. So ultimately, you're going to learn or you're going to waste time and energy trying to put that in place. So I find after a few rounds of frustration and feeling drained and getting to burnout and being ineffective with accomplishing the goals that I am trying to accomplish, it was easier to put it in place. I understood the value of that structure and the integrity that needed to be put in place as well with that. So it's a constant reminder to my clients, is holding them accountable, having them experience it for a few times in a week or 2 weeks, 3 times. And then they're like, oh, you know what? I'm feeling more energized. I'm feeling more focused. I feel like it was easy for me to do this. I feel like I'm more confident with my capacity to take care of myself. And from that sense of confidence builds that strength to keep on putting that in place, understanding the impact, putting it as a matter of big girl pants, like I got to do this for myself. If I don't do this for me, who am I going to make a difference with? I'm lying to people if I am trying to do that. And I'm lying to myself because we're ineffective. We don't
Right.
take care of ourselves. We become ineffective. Yeah.
That's so true. Well, thank you so much for your time. This has been amazing. And if anyone wanted to connect with you further, what does that process look like?
Yeah, so I offer free material and courses all the time. Right now, I'm offering a 90-minute masterclass at free of charge for holistic practitioners that want to grow their business. I offer one tomorrow, but I'll offer it a few more times in the month of July. It's called Three Soul Aligned Shifts to sign on your next 3 to 5 clients. So, what shifts you need to do internally to heal or release whatever no longer serves. And I also offer a little PDF that's called the ABCs of Building Your Holistic Business, Successful Holistic Business. And it's a freebie. I'm sure you're going to, share the link. And last but not least is the link to my group, Soulful Selling for Holistic Practitioners, where I offer constantly free trainings, material, and resources. But if you know you're interested in having that support long term, somebody hold your hand and give you the tips and the accountability. I also have one-on-one and group programs, so I can send you the link for you to share with people to book a call. As long as you're interested, I'll be happy to meet free of charge and provide some value for you, help you create the next step in your journey. So all those are the resources I offer.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much again. And until next time. Queen, thank you so much for tuning in. It truly warms our heart that you're taking the time out of your day to connect with us. If you'd like to connect with our guests further, you can find their information located in the description section of this episode. And if you found this episode helpful, share with another queen. And don't forget to connect with the Holistic Sister Circle on Instagram and Facebook. And until next week, stay blessed. Mwah.